I'm Frederick March. I'm here to show you what the best practices are to change your life and to become more successful in everything you do.
Episode 19, Motivation.
Hi everybody, Rev Fred here. Today's podcast is about motivation. So this is one of the things that I'm learning about. I didn't forget to shave. I'm letting it grow. I want to see what it looks like to have a bit of a beard. Look a little different. Some changes happening in my life, so I'm just finding my way. So anyways, this podcast is about motivation. You know, I've always used certain things to try to motivate myself to become better, to give myself an expected end result, losing a certain amount of weight, all that kind of stuff. You know, I might have talked about this in the past, but I think one of the things that I realized is that using an expected result down the road as a motivation is not really very effective for me. So what I'm learning to do, is to use the day today as a form of motivation. What I can do today. Sometimes it's a day where you fail. You don't do what you wanted to do. You didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. You didn't gain the ground that you want to gain. Okay, that happens. It happens to all of us. But you don't give up, So the idea is to have more wins than failures. But we're all going to have failures. We're all going to have difficulties, times where we can't do this, can't do that, stuff where we don't feel like we're accomplishing what we want to accomplish, setbacks that makes you feel like I have to start all over again. And now I'm like, okay, everything's starting from the beginning again, so how do I restart? So there's a process involved in all that kind of stuff and an understanding about yourself. And I'm still learning a lot about myself. I'm still learning about how I react to things and why I react to things in a certain way and why I'm motivated, how I'm motivated, what it is that I need to do. This process of changing the way I think about myself and how I'm motivated, what pushes me forward, what keeps me going, and not necessarily an objective, a goal. One of the things that I've done a lot of research on, and a lot of very, very successful people have intimated and said that one of the main factors in really succeeding is not necessarily having a goal, because a lot of people say, oh, you need to have a goal. You have a goal, you achieve the goal. You work towards that goal, and if you fall a little short of the goal, but you're still achieving a pretty good goal, as long as you make that goal. The problem with that situation is that you're giving yourself this goal to work towards that doesn't necessarily give you the reward systems that you need in order to keep you motivated to continue to do what you need to do in order to achieve that goal down the road. And we have a reward system, like chemicals in our bodies that make us feel good when we achieve a certain goal. We do something, We all have that. That's how we get motivated. This is how sex motivates us. This is how eating certain foods motivates us. This is the chemical reaction in our body that causes us to be excited about something and want to do something and motivated towards a goal. So I'm thinking, okay, so then I was listening to a podcast, an ebook actually, with somebody who has a lot of wisdom in this area. And one of the things that we're talking about was actually making the process of, say, for example, the workout at a gym to be the goal itself, to be the reward. And so you can physically feel great after a good workout. And don't look at the workout as this is just one workout that's going to be blah, 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 until I get to the fact that I'm 200 pounds or something. because the reward that you're going to get from that is not necessarily as beneficial as it would be if you just to say, I need to work out today. It feels good to work out today. Once I work out, I have a wonderful feeling afterwards. And so then you feel better after you work out. So that reward, we would have this thought was like, oh, if I work out, maybe then I get to treat myself with a pizza or some cake or something like that, whatever it is that you feel like you want to reward yourself for achieving a certain goal. And the actual goal itself should be the reward, not something else. And then having that, because like a lot of people who are like really, really fit and who work out on a regular basis, the actual workout process is the reward. The feelings they get from that workout is the reward. The happenstance of that workout becomes that you become fit. The goal is not to be fit. The goal is to go and work out. And so if we keep it that simple, and it's like, I know the Bible talks about, we have enough worries tomorrow. We have enough worries for today. So focus on today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about the past. Think about today and worry about today. And so maybe that's the factor that we need to take into consideration. What's our motivation for today? Like, this is our day we need to focus on. The energy we need for today to work out, to eat properly, to all this kind of stuff. I'm not saying it's always a success. In fact, I've been indulging in food that I haven't indulged in a long time recently. And like today and yesterday and the day before, it's, it's a process. And I know maybe that I'm eating emotionally right now because, I have a big change that happened in my life, and I am now kind of starting life over again and starting a new way to work things out and how to do things, and, finding new things in my life. So, it's a struggle. It's difficult, but so maybe I am falling a little bit back into my old patterns. But one of the things that I'm learning about the situation is that I'm actually seeing it now. In the past, I probably wouldn't have seen it. I would have just ate junk food and blah, 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 and I would never have recognized the fact that, why am I eating this? Why do I have this urge to eat something that I know I shouldn't be eating? Why do I have the urge to all kinds of things? I'm learning. I'm seeing the patterns, and I'm recognizing the patterns, and I'm learning that okay, I need to change my motivation, because my motivation can't be for this or for that. It needs to be just to be a better me. How do I grow in myself and become better? Anyways, I'm working on it. I'm learning the process. And it's been emotional these days. It's been a struggle. It's been a little bit of a difficult time in my life. But I'm also learning deep lessons about me. Stuff that maybe never would have seen or dealt with or looked at, because I was trying so hard to keep that stuff down deep, but it's coming to the surface. It's being exposed to me so I can see it. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the patterns. I'm recognizing the habits, the mindsets about how I see myself, how I perceive other people seeing me, which is the big one, because it's not necessarily just how I see myself, but I perceive other people's version of how they see me, which is maybe not even based in reality. It's based in my perception of what people think. But I didn't ask them, what do you think? It's just feelings all churning up inside and dealing with stuff. But hey, praise God. I'm learning the process. I'm going through it. I'm getting to that point. that I'm learning more about myself and why I do what I do. And every lesson that I learn becomes another battle that I win, that becomes a process that I can get free. Anyways. I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you're dealing with whatever you need to deal with in your life in a good way. All I do is focus on God. Focus on the Lord. He loves you more than anybody else ever could, more than I can, more than anybody can. He's there for you. He's your counselor, and find yourself a great body, a body of Christ that you can sit under and who can love you and support you and be there for you. I'm so blessed. I have such a wonderful family, spiritually and physically, around me to support me in a tough time. I'm so blessed. I am really, really blessed. Anyways, I love you. I'm sorry I say anyways all the time, but this podcast was a difficult one for me to do. I didn't really want to do it, but I need to do it. This is my motivation. This is something that I need to continue to do on a regular basis, and I can't have any excuses not to do it. No matter how I feel, no matter what I'm going through, I still need to go through this process. People need to be able to see that even though you're going through something difficult, you can still be there for other people, and you can still learn what you're learning about yourself. I think it'll get good, it'll get better. I'll learn to grow inside of the situation I'm in my life. I love you. Give you a big hug. Be blessed. Be blessed. Just know that I'm praying for everybody who's watching, anybody who's listening. I love you. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you next time.